Soon after the news broke, Weinstein was fired from his company and went into therapy.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at 10 celebrity sex scandals.
Robert Kelly, R&B superstar, is already convicted in a New York case.
For this list, we'll be taking a look at some of the most shocking sex scandals involving celebrities to ever come to light. We won't be looking at infamous incidents involving politicians, as they deserve their own video. Which of the scandals in the video shocked you the most? Let us know below. Kevin Spacey. Spacey was once one of the most well-respected actors around, with numerous awards to his name, but in 2017, that came crashing down. Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of making a pass at him in 1986 when he was a minor. The American Beauty actor came out as gay when he apologized, which was perceived as an attempt to change the subject and resulted in further backlash.
That statement also drawing criticism from many who say Spacey's apology should not have been tied to the revelation of his sexual orientation.
It led to other alleged victims coming forward, along with complaints about harassment during production of House of Cards. He was ordered to pay $31 million to the producers of the Netflix series.
An arbitrator ruling on Monday that he must pay more than $30 million to the studio.
Spacey was found not liable in the Rapp case, and after facing further charges in a UK trial that began on June 20th, 2023, he was cleared on all counts a month later. Jesse James. In 2010, Sandra Bullock was in Europe to promote her Oscar-winning role in The Blind Side. However, rumors back home emerged that her reality star husband, Jesse James, had been having affairs with numerous women.
At the time, he seemed like the most hated man in America.
Bullock canceled her press tour to deal with the fallout. Soon after, James released a public statement where he apologized for everything, claimed most of the rumors were false, and begged for Bullock's forgiveness. He then checked into rehab, but shortly after, Bullock filed for divorce, and it was soon granted.
Sources tell Us Weekly that Sandra definitely wants a divorce.
Before all this drama came out, Bullock and James were in the process of adopting a child. Since they broke up, Bullock decided to continue with the process and raised Louis alone.
He'd hoped to keep a relationship for the sake of the children, including Louis, the baby Bullock ended up adopting as a single parent.
Tiger Woods. Considered one of the best golfers to ever grace the sport, Woods' life took a downward spiral in 2009.
Despite earlier denials, the star has now admitted he was unfaithful.
After rumors of an affair with nightclub manager Rachel Yucatel, followed by a minor car accident that Woods suspiciously deemed a private matter, the media dug into the golfer's life and found evidence of his adult activities. He was married to Elin Nordegren at the time. Soon after, many women came forward with accounts of affairs with Woods.
I was wrong. I was foolish. I don't get to play by different rules. The same boundaries that apply to everyone apply to me.
He made numerous public statements that admitted his transgressions, and he later had therapy to address his problems. However, this scandal led several companies to drop sponsorship deals with the golfing icon. In 2010, he and Nordegren divorced.
I'm as disappointed as everyone else in my own behavior because I can't believe I actually did that to the people I loved.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. From being a bodybuilder to an actor to governor of California, Schwarzenegger's wife Maria Shriver stood by his side since they married in 1986. Well, in 2011, she suddenly moved out of their home.
At this time, we are living apart while we work on the future of our relationship.
It turned out the Terminator star had fathered a child with their housekeeper, Mildred Patricia Baena, 14 years before. Baena had worked for the family for 20 years. Schwarzenegger claimed he had no idea he was the father until the child started to look like him, which took around 8 years.
But in the end, the boy's looks gave his father away. The physical similarities too tough to ignore.
After this scandal, Brigitte Nielsen, who worked with Schwarzenegger in 1985's Red Sonja, announced she had an affair with the actor while he was seeing Shriver. The Austrian performer eventually confirmed Nielsen's story. In 2021, Schwarzenegger and Shriver officially divorced.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver are officially divorced, more than 10 years after Maria's initial filing.
Rob Lowe. Back in the 80s, Lowe was one of the hottest rising stars in Hollywood. After all, he was part of the infamous Brat Pack that had members like Molly Ringwald and Judd Nelson. But as the decade neared its end, an intimate tape filmed in Georgia featuring Lowe and 2 women was leaked to the press.
I'd say I have nobody to blame but myself. You know, I really don't.
However, while one of the women involved was the age of consent in the state, she was not the legal age for recording such activities, which was 18, meaning Lowe broke the law. However, the police decided not to press charges against the actor in exchange for him undertaking community service.
In the end, though, no charges were ever filed against Lowe, although he voluntarily did 20 hours of community service.
Regardless, Lowe's film career took a battering for years.
Like people talk about, I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Honestly, I do, because got me sober.
Vince McMahon. Seen as the mastermind behind the rise of turning pro wrestling into an international spectacle by leading the WWE, McMahon's name has gone down in the history books. It seemed likely he would never walk away from the company and enjoy retirement with his wife Linda. That changed in 2022. After several serious allegations in the past, WWE discovered that McMahon had spent $3 million of the company's money to quiet a former employee he had an affair with.
The World Wrestling Entertainment's board of directors is reportedly investigating a $3 million payment from McMahon to a former employee to keep their alleged affair quiet.
As the company investigated further, it turned out McMahon had spent a total of $12 million on numerous women as payment for non-disclosure agreements.
Their big defense is that any money that he paid, any hush money that he paid, was his own money and it was not company money.
With WWE's reputation in tatters, McMahon left the company as its CEO and chairman and eventually retired.
WWE chairman and CEO Vince McMahon is retiring.
Woody Allen. In cinema, Allen is seen as a legend, but his personal life is filled with so much scandal and terrible allegations, and most of it stems from his relationship with Mia Farrow. After their relationship imploded in 1992, a custody battle for their children began. Within it, Allen was accused of assaulting his adopted daughter Dylan Farrow, something that Allen denies. On top of this, Mia Farrow discovered that Allen had embarked on a relationship with her then 21-year-old adopted daughter, Soon-Yi Previn.
The 57-year-old filmmaker and his longtime lover, Mia Farrow, broke up, and now Allen confirms he is having an affair with Farrow's adopted daughter, who's 21 years old.
Allen and Previn married in 1997. Over the years, the allegations have resurfaced several times, especially after Ronan Farrow's work on the Weinstein case.
7 of Farrow's 9 children are standing with their mother, including son Ronan, whose investigative reporting helped spark the Me Too movement.
Roman Polanski. In 1977, the Oscar-winning director was arrested in California for multiple offenses against a minor. Facing 6 charges, Polanski originally rejected the accusations.
Not much to tell you, except that I'm innocent.
However, when his lawyer made a plea bargain for 5 of the 6 charges, Polanski changed his mind. He was expecting to face time served and probation from the deal. However, when he discovered that the judge planned to throw out the bargain and send him to jail, he went on the run. Polanski took off to France, where he couldn't be extradited back to the US before the final sentencing. Since then, he's continued to make films. Even fellow filmmakers and actors have defended Polanski, but still, several more allegations of assault have followed him over the years.
Polanski has written an apology to Samantha. Now believes he should be left alone.
R. Kelly. For years, allegations had haunted the music career of Kelly, and he was regularly investigated by the police. In 2019, after the release of the documentary series Surviving R. Kelly, the singer was arrested for several charges of abuse.
Protesters calling for police action and an end to producing and playing R. Kelly's music.
By the time the case went to court, Kelly was facing 9 charges, including trafficking and assault of minors. In 2021, he was found guilty of all 9 counts and sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Today, they finally got justice.
In Illinois in 2022, Kelly faced court again for more horrific accusations. He was found guilty on several charges. In February 2023, he was sentenced to another year for another charge in Chicago, in addition to the 30 already given.
The jury believed them and found Robert Kelly guilty of those counts.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Harvey Weinstein. He was one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood. His companies produced many award-winning films and raked in millions at the box office. But in 2017, allegations about Weinstein's misconduct were publicized in the media with the Me Too movement.
In October 2017, Harvey Weinstein finally lost control of the story.
This caused an avalanche of accusations, with 87 people coming forward with their encounters with Weinstein. He'd used his position of power to coerce or force actors and filmmakers to do his grim desires. In 2020, he was found guilty of several charges of assault and sentenced to 23 years in jail.
Prosecutors had called Weinstein's criminality something that had been sustained over the course of many, many years.
After being found guilty of more charges in a subsequent trial, Weinstein was sentenced to another 16 years, for a total of 39 years in prison. This investigation caused what's known as the Weinstein effect, where several high-powered men have been accused of assault.
Please don't sentence me to life in prison, he told the court. I don't deserve it.